All right. So we're going to talk about how to get your project up on GitHub Pages. And we're just going to fix what we did from last time. And let's see if we can get it up and working. So when we tried this last time, we kind of hit a little roadblock. And I had to go back and research what was actually missing from the configuration. So we're going to walk through it step by step today and hopefully get it up and running. So we had to get a couple of packages, and these were one, the Svelte, what was it called? The Svelte JS adapter static, npm install, adapter, and also GitHub deploy, GitHub Pages. Okay, so install those two using the -d option. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a new version of it. So next thing we want to do is in our Svelte config, so the file that I have open already. So at the very top of the file, we're going to have to change the adapter auto to adapter static. All right. We want to add a couple of configuration to this adapter object. The adapter option needs to have a couple of parameters passed in. When we tried this last time, the only option we provided was strict false. So this is probably what yours looks like at the moment. We're going to add a couple of extra ones. Pages to docs, assets to docs. And this is the important one, fallback to index.html. This one, I do not know if it's required or not, but we're going to add it. Pre-compress, false. If it's false, probably don't need it, but I'm going to add it for now, and we can disable it later on if we require to. Next, we're going to add a paths option. Okay, so remember to add these commas at the end, otherwise it will complain. Something like this. So if you see something like this, please remember to add your commas. And next, this is going to take a base parameter. And here we're going to do process.env.nodeenv. And if it's production, we're going to give the option to go to. So this is your project or your repository name. So I have my repository named TTT. So whatever your repository is named, you have to provide that name here. Okay. That is not a semicolon. All right. I'm going to save that. And one last thing, we're going to go to our layout.svelte. And here we're going to add base. And this is imported from app paths. So once you start typing it, it should pop up. For me, it's the second option here. And that gets automatically imported. And I'm just going to copy that and put it in front of all of the slashes. So this is the slash character. I'm going to put it in front of all of those. I'm going to save that. Oh, and one last thing, actually, statics. I clicked one of these just so that I can get inside, but we're going to call it no Jekyll. No Jekyll. So that's no, Jekyll. And there's no file extension, so I'm just going to create that. And there is a dot at the very start. And you don't have to put anything in here. This file just tells GitHub we don't want to use Jekyll to do the build up on GitHub. Okay, so with that, we should be able to push this code. Now, when you push this branch off to GitHub Pages, so I already have a GitHub Pages created. So if you want to click on this add button, okay, so this plus button under branches. If you don't know where these sections are, navigate to the source control tab first, and then you should see your list of changes. Go ahead and add those changes, but don't commit yet. You want to open the branches section and then create a new tab, create a new branch. And here you're going to give it a name of GH Pages. Okay. For me, it says it already exists, but for you, it should not. So once you have that, you can press enter. I'm going to create a new one for myself just so that I can show you the next steps. So click enter, and then it will say create branch or switch. We're going to do the create branch and switch. So go ahead and either use the arrow key to navigate down or click on this option. Okay, so now if you check the bottom left corner, we are now on the new branch. And you should also see that there is a new entry in the branches section. And that's how you know it works. And for the commit message, we can now finish the commit. We're going to call this publish. Okay. Click commit, and then you can click this publish branch or use the push option from the menu. Okay. So I'm going to push. And on GitHub, you should see a build in progress. Hold on. If you have it working, this is what it looks like when it's building. is this orange dot, and it should take a minute. And once it's deployed, we should be able to go into the details and visit the page. There it is deploying, and it is done. Okay. Oh boy, I've made a boo-boo. All right. So we visit the page, but it doesn't look like it's the correct page that it's serving from. It's not too big of an issue. What needs to happen is there's a configuration from your settings. So what I need you to do is go to the settings tab at the very end there, and there is a pages section near the middle. Click that, and you'll have it set as from the root. And since we built it for docs, we need to select this option instead. Okay, so once we do that and refresh the page, now you should have your page instead of the default. Let's see if this one has my newest changes. It does not. Oh, okay. I'll have to fix that again. But hopefully yours is working better. All right.